Retro Talk Forum back. Um, Black ass African here. To my right is
It's your boy Hot
uh,
Dog 18 back in the building.
for those who was living under a rock. Today, um, not the official time, but we'll just say what is it, 10 Pacific time.
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere along up in there.
Yeah. Kobe Bryant and his daughter was on his private helicopter, and it crash landed in Calabasas, which is a suburb outside of Los Angeles. He was taking his daughter to uh, a basketball game she's playing in, and then also had his daughter's teammate and parent that we know of so far, plus the pilot. We don't know as far as confirmed people that was on the helicopter with them before it went down. We don't know the cause of the helicopter going down, but um, we here at Retro Talk Forum would like to give a moment of silence before we start this podcast for Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant. I mean, just thinking about it, man, it's just it's hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. This one sent shockwaves, man.
Yeah,
It's
it did. It
been
did.
watching it all, watching the news coverage all day, man, and I've teared up a few times, man. And then with his just the thought, man, of his family, everybody's families that was on board, his daughter, and it just happened so suddenly,
Yeah.
and it's you never know, bruh. You never know, man. All this petty stuff going on in the world, man, and this pettiness going on YouTube and all this other type of stuff, man. Man, ain't nobody got time for that, man. You know, I'll be honest with you, man. I had to go. I had to give my kids a hug, man, and my wife. You know what I mean?
I
It's
did my wife like that.
yeah, because it before it's too late, man. Before
Yeah.
it's too late, man. Before it's too late.
Yeah.
We don't know the day or the hour. We don't know the day or the hour. I mean, we're not promised tomorrow. And I had got a call. Caddy had called me around that time. I've been a little under the weather today, so I was sitting in my chair, really about half asleep, almost all the way asleep. And Caddy called me, and he was like, "Bruh," I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "Kobe Bryant just died." I said, "Man, stop playing." I was like, "Are you serious?" And he was like, "Man, it's they saying that Kobe Bryant passed away." So I started looking on ESPN and NBA TV, and I didn't see it. So I Googled it, and it said TMZ, which TMZ is always the first to report.
For some reason, they always are, man.
Yeah, exactly. They said they were the first to report it. And I mean, it's like it kind of just hit home, man. It hit home, bro. I mean, it's a sad day.
It is,
Sad
man.
day.
It is. It almost puts you in the perspective of what's that old saying? Life is too short.
Yeah.
Live your best life. That type thing. And when I heard it, it was like, nah, it's probably some fake news or something like that.
I would say this would probably be the day if you wanted to hear some fake news, that would be the fake news that you would want to hear.
Exactly. Because that's the last thing I would. And to be 41 years old, going on 42 this
Yeah.
year, I mean, it's like, you know how some people like to question, you know, why. I didn't question it. It's just, it was like I'm still at like, wow, like,
Yeah. Just a loss for words, bro.
yeah, I can't put into words how I'm feeling right now.
And
And
then he was doing he was being a father, taking his daughter to a game, and he was
facts,
coaching. So he was being
facts.
a father. You know what I
In his
mean?
in his own like in his own tournament, it was the Mamba tournament. I think that
I'm
was what
I'm
they was
I'm
calling.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
And I actually saw like a news thing where they had a few of the players actually come almost close to the site with one of the parents, and they were sitting there talking. I was like, man, it's just that right there would be hard enough for me to you know what I'm saying, to just grasp, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm really not gonna lie. Um, this one here, this one here hit harder to me, and I'm not trying to be insensitive of people dying and stuff like that, but this one here hit harder to me than Nipsey for some reason. I don't know why. It just did. And I caught myself on almost three occasions, man, just tearing up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, when
It's like
just hearing um just hearing all the coaches and the players talking about him and with them tearing up. Oh yeah, man. I just been in front of the TV all day, man. Just been in kind of like just in a mood, man. It's like I'm speechless, man. I don't know what to say, man.
it's just hard, bro. I mean, the best thing we can do is like we said, live our best lives. Uh, Pray to God that you know his family and his daughters, everybody that's surrounded by him, just you know what I'm saying, just take this opportunity, man. Just love your loved ones, man. If you got beef with somebody that's petty, go ahead and squash it, man, because you don't know if you'll be here today or tomorrow. I
Yeah,
mean,
or just getting worked up about some pettiness. It's like
facts, facts.
you know, I'm I'm at the point in my life now where I just let a lot of stuff just roll off the shoulders, man. It's not even worth it.
Yeah,
It's not even worth it.
and like I
It's not.
said, it's hard to grasp because you losing a great before he got into his entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? It's like it's just hard pill to swallow, man.
I see Q. We got BX raised me in the chat. He was here early. Cadillac, what's going on, bro? Trady Kicks, what's good, man? And Q the Queen in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. And I see
So
Q said he travels in a helicopter all the time. I wonder what went wrong. I was watching the news. Check your phone too, but check your phone real quick, please. I was watching. They had a crash investigator, um, and she was saying that she looked at the flight pattern and they were
hmm
circling over LA, Los Angeles.
hmm
They did like 2 or 3 circles and then they shot out to Calabasas.
hmm
And that she was saying, looking at the altitude, that they knew something was wrong. They knew
What they was
something was
flying
wrong.
too low or too high?
Well, they they said they started losing altitude, so I think they was trying to get to a less populated area to bring the helicopter down.
Oh,
And I don't- I don't know if this is actual footage but I saw somebody posted on Facebook, which if this is really the footage of the helicopter going down, it's pretty disturbing. I don't know if anybody else has seen it. I don't want to show it. I only
kid.
looked at it one time, and it I just the thought of what they was going through when that helicopter was going down, because it was in a tailspin,
Was
like
it was it
it
in
would.
like mountains?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because I heard like conflicted stories about, okay, listen to the audio. It's not English. It's almost like, foreign language or something. So you can't believe that type deal.
And that's what I said. That's why I said if this is the actual footage. Um, but it looked like the area that they went down in, and
Right.
I was just like, if that was the case, and if that's the actual footage, because I mean, you heard so many stories, like people were saying Rick Fox was on there,
Yeah, I
and
heard
all
that.
this other type of stuff, and it's like until I really hear it from like a credible news source,
Right.
it's hard for me to believe,
Right.
and that's why I was like, if that's the helicopter that, because I saw pictures of his helicopter online, in which
Right.
he's got a black one. So I really couldn't
Yeah.
make out if that was the exact helicopter
But
that he
like
normally flies in.
what I looked at as far as just the crash site, I saw a lot of white debris as opposed of,
Yeah,
you know, his chopper being black, like
yeah,
all
exactly.
black with his mamba symbol on the side of it. I saw a lot of white debris, and then right where I guess where like burn the
Hmm.
burn area, the actual impact area is all black. So you can't really say what plane it was. I mean, what chopper it was, unless
Yeah,
somebody actually has real, like you said, real credible footage of them going down or just them flying over, or even before they even took off, that type deal. So it's hard, bro. I'm trying to
man.
hold it together, man, but it's like I said, and I'm not gonna say I'm not a Kobe Bryant fan, but I understood what this dude stood for. This dude stood for a lot. You ain't have to like him, but his game spoke for itself. He didn't have a lot of friends at his younger age uh, in the locker room, but they did respect this guy. And as he got older, it's almost like he came out of his shell, and then it's like teammates wanted to be around this guy,
Yeah,
and it's just sad that, and especially for his 13-year-old daughter, man. It's
man. And like I said, he was just doing what being a father, and it's just being a father, just thinking it's a normal day. I ain't no telling how many times he flew, in that helicopter. And I see Q said, so we thinking it was a different a different chopper. See, that's
that's the thing,
yeah. The
if you
footage
saw
that I saw, Q, it didn't, but it was moving so fast, and the person looked. You could tell they filmed it on like a cell phone. They was trying to like keep up with it, and it was moving so fast. And the one that I saw, it was in a tailspin, like a bad tailspin. Like it looked like it was like flipping. You know how you take a toy or something and you just throw it up in the air and it's like, bro, I mean, it was like crazy. And then I was like, but like I said, um, it looked like I don't know if it's a different helicopter than the one that he normally has. That's the thing that we'll have to wait and find out.
right.
Uh, that's the thing that we'll have to find out.
Another
And
thing too, I mean, I don't mean to cut you off. Another thing is, I wonder when are they going to post the manifest, like actually how many people was on there and who was on there, because we already know about 5 people so far.
well, no, they said they had a manifest for it, and it's actually nine.
So it's 9 people now.
9 people. Yeah, because when I watched the press conference that they had, the sheriff's office had a press conference, and they
Right.
was like they had a manifest for the helicopter, and it was 9 people on board versus what they initially thought was just 5.
They didn't have like I guess they didn't give me any
They
names.
didn't they didn't release the names because which the sheriff's office, they're handling it right. They said they're gonna wait till the coroner gives them final say
Yeah,
on.
that's probably the best thing to do. Wait till they
Yeah, see, they didn't, and they
fact.
actually kind of bashed TMZ for reporting that off the rip. You know what I mean? They kind of they kind of said TMZ was wrong in that aspect. And
I mean,
it
you're
seems like
talking
I
about,
said, TMZ is always the first to report some
yeah,
stuff.
you're talking about TMZ though, man, because
Yeah.
if it's gonna be breaking news and they the first to get it, you best believe they're gonna broadcast it.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna put it out there to the masses, man. Sometimes it's like they are gift and a curse, you know.
Yeah, exactly. We
So
got Flashy Flash in the building and Throwback Kings. I think I said Trade Kicks also.
appreciate
Appreciate
y'all,
y'all
man.
coming through,
Appreciate
man.
y'all.
And you know, like Q the Queen was saying, she said, she wasn't a fan of him, but she respected his game. I honestly, I really wasn't a Kobe fan myself. I'm not a Lakers fan, but he was a beast. He was a beast on the court. You had to respect his game. You had to respect his Mamba mentality. And I always feel like when they have these conversations about Jordan and Kobe, Jordan and LeBron being the GOAT, they always leave Kobe out.
Yeah, they do.
They always leave Kobe out, man. And I'm like, y'all can't do Kobe like that. Even though, they I'm tired of arguing with people over it. They played in two different eras. They didn't have the technology back then that they do now.
Right.
And it's just two different eras. So I'm not arguing no more with people about who was the GOAT, who was this, who was that.
If
I have
that's
my
your
own
favorite player,
perspective of it.
so be
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
your GOAT.
Yeah, exactly. Cause I got mine and you got yours.
Mhm.
You know, what's to argue about? We all
Right.
got opinions. We all got people that we like. Um, we're gonna bring our brother Cadillac Jackson in right quick. He got a few words he wants to say to the people. So y'all welcome Mr. Cadillac Jackson. What's good,
Yo,
Caddy?
what's good, fellas?
What's
What's
happening, man?
going on, Caddy, man? How you doing, man?
um, I don't know how to feel right now. Um,
Exactly. Exactly.
it's it's um it's it's weird. It's like Kobe Bryant is a part of our childhood growing up. Even though like when Kobe first came in the league, we were all teenagers, or young adults, and he basically grew up with us. We watched him, we cheered for him, we booed him, we even emulated. Let's be real, he's a part of our culture. We emulated him when we would throw stuff in the garbage. Like we would, you know what I'm saying? Just like
Kobe.
Kobe.
exactly into garbage, ball it up, Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
And
it's crazy that you said that. I don't mean to interrupt you, but when I used to go hoop down there in Mobile, there was a guy that, you know what I mean. Every time he shot, he would yell out Kobe, and he. I don't know if you've seen Along Came Polly, but his shot was like that dude's shot. I mean, he was bricking that thing. Go
Ain't
ahead,
nowhere near Kobe.
yeah. Go ahead, Caddy. My bad, bro.
yeah, and I mean, it hits home because it was like you grew up with him, and he's so close to our age.
Facts.
And it makes you think about like nothing is promised to you at all. And you know I don't know, everybody's religion and everything of that nature, but like my pastor was saying today, you know people question God, and he says, and that's okay because you don't understand.
Hmm.
And I said, God makes no mistakes, but sometimes I can't make sense of his decisions. I don't know,
Yeah.
and today was one of those days I could not make sense of his decision because not only was it Kobe, it was Gianna too. It's
Hmm.
we you two have children, I have a child on the way, and I can't even imagine how I would feel if my wife and my son were taken away from me in their not one in prime, the other one not even near their prime.
Facts.
So it like
Facts.
it it hurts. Um, it makes me think about all the memories I've watched of Kobe, and what bothered me was like I had a cousin who sadly passed away when she was around 16 from cancer, and Kobe was her favorite player, and I used to love Kobe Bryant, and then he had some personal mishaps, and I started to dislike Kobe Bryant. And then LeBron came around, and when LeBron wasn't winning championships and Kobe was winning the championships, I would get even more mad at Kobe, almost to the point where I hated Kobe. Like, I can't stand Kobe. And then when he retired, I respected Kobe because I was like, all the stuff he went through, and he
Mm-hmm.
persevered. And now you look at it, he's not here. And it's like, I guess that's why we come up with the saying, give people their flowers while they're here, because you don't know how long they're going to be around.
Yeah.
You
I,
don't know how long these people are going to be around. Like,
No.
that's why, like, I try to tell, like, if you have friends you are close with, family you're close with, sons, daughters, tell them how much you love them, man, because
exactly, man.
these
Because
days are not promised at all.
Yeah. That's like I was saying earlier, Caddy, man. I just I was talking, talking to Black behind the scenes before we got on. I was like, man, I just went in my son's room and hugged him, man. Because and then my older son came through. My older son, he moved out, man, and as soon as I saw him, man, I just hugged him, man, because we don't know. Like I said, man, we don't know the day or the time when we could leave, and it's sad that something like this has to happen for us to really look at life and have a reality check. But
Hmm.
um, that's I'm gonna say this line from a Goody Mob song. CeeLo Green said it, and he said, maybe his life was something that he had to give to show me that I need to be responsible about how I live. And sometimes that's how I look at stuff. It's like, we get caught. We take every day for granted, man. Like, we
we do.
wake up and we just move about the day, and we just take stuff for granted. We take our families for granted, man. We take the people that we work with for granted. We take our friends for granted. And when something like this, like, none of us knew Kobe, but he impacted us, even if we didn't care for him as a player or as a person. But he
Facts.
he impacted us,
Facts.
and we saw his
Yeah.
family. We saw him. We saw his family grow up. We saw his little girl. I remember when they first started showing his little girl. I think they was in a gym in his house, and she was sitting there shooting jumpers. And she was knocking them down. She was wet, and then to see her kind of have that Mamba mentality, like I would see clips of her on the court, and she looked like she was having that toughness about her. I was like, man, she gonna be something serious when she get older. I
Right.
said, I want
Hmm.
to see what college she's gonna go to, or like how her career is gonna play out. And then, man, like I said, to see something like this happen, man, it just puts a lot of stuff in perspective, man. Even if you didn't know Kobe or you didn't like his game, it's a sad day, man. It's a sad day.
Yeah.
It's a sad day for him, and especially for his daughter. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and also,
Because
man, for the other people that was on that helicopter too, we
facts,
can't we
facts.
can't we
Yeah.
can't
We
forget
can't
about
leave
them
them
too.
out. No, we
Yeah,
can't leave
we
Yeah,
them
can't
out,
forget
man.
man.
about them.
Somebody lost their spouse, their child. Their it's it's just it's just sad. It's just sad. And I'm just gonna say one more thing, and I be out of here. It's it hits hard when, like, everybody everybody can think of a moment where they remember Kobe, or think of a moment like when I called Hop today and told him, and Hop thought I was playing. Hop was like, "Nah, man. And I'm like, bruh, nah, this is for real, bro. And both were like, we were in shock. I didn't even know how to respond. Like I was in Burlington tearing up. I'm in Burlington Coat Factory with my wife, looking at some stuff, and she's like, "You okay?" And then when I told her, she's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I called
And
my
it,
wife. After um, it's yeah, Black. We can do that if you want. Um, my wife been crying off and on all day, bro.
Hmm.
My wife is a big sports fanatic. You know what I mean? And bro, she been crying off and on all day. Like I said, man, we pretty much had the TV on watching all this stuff all day. And when you would see these coaches, man, like Doc Rivers, he got me.
Yeah, bro.
You see that, Caddy?
Man,
bro, I'll tell you, Doc got me. Brian Shaw got me on
Brian
NBA
Shaw got me
Brian
too.
Shaw,
2K.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you another one that got me.
Dwayne Wade on his Instagram
Mm,
got me bad. Got me bad because all I could think about was um just like all these players that Kobe affected, because there's players that are younger than us that are in their 20s. Kobe was their Michael. Like where we was a kid and we watched Michael grow up and we tried to shoot the fadeaways and we wanted to wear Jordans and everything. These kids did the same thing and they wanted to be Kobe.
Yeah.
So
Uh, I put the link in the chat. Uh, for anybody want to come on and just give their thoughts. Just give their thoughts to everybody. To the masses. You're more than welcome to come in. I put the link in the chat. So, like I said, if you want to come in, just come on in, man. We'll accept you. Um, like I said, it's crazy how when I first initially heard about it, me and my wife was sitting there looking at Queen and Slim, and I paused the movie and I was like, no, no, no. She was like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm hearing that Kobe Bryant died. So I guess the first reports that we saw was uh, Kobe Bryant plus 5 had died in a crash. So the first thing came to my mind was his kids, like his whole family.
yeah,
And
that's what I thought too.
when that happened, I started thinking about my entire family. It's like, bruh, like Caddy said, I don't know what I would do without my wife and without my kids, let alone if something was to happen to me. What would happen? How would they feel? You know what I'm saying? It'll be a vice versa effect. And it's like, man, like you saying, it just makes you think.
Yeah,
We don't know when our expiration date is coming. You have to live your best life. Stop worrying about stuff that you can't control, because you sit there and worry about stuff, you really not actually living your life, because you're sitting here stressing over something that you can't control. Go out there and do the things that you want to do and spend the time with your family, your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? All this petty beefing back and forth. I'm not directing this toward nobody, but it's just the fact that this right here, you talking about a 13-year-old girl, and we don't even know about her teammate. You know what I mean? But she had
yeah,
a teammate on that plane too, on that helicopter too, that
yeah.
died,
So,
and that's
supposedly,
sad too.
supposedly,
Well, yeah, supposedly, but still, if that's the case, that's another child gone before their prime. These kids don't ask to be here, and I'm not saying that this is anything against them, but something had to happen. Like you said before, a couple of comments up, she was saying it's not a God thing, it's a man-made thing, because that chopper was made by man and it's controlled by man, which I get that. So that's like a hard pill to swallow, man. And like I said, just to have that 13-year-old girl, man, it's 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 sad. Uh,
Yeah, it hits home, bro. It hits home, man. It hits home, bro.
it's like every time I think about it, I just think about my kids, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I feel you,
I
bro.
think about my kids, bro, on everything.
I feel you, bro. You want to run through a few things off his career real quick?
Yeah, we can do that. So we're not doing sneaker news. I mean, sneaker history, hip hop history, pickups. This is all dedicated uh, to Kobe Bean Bryant, one of the greatest players and Lakers of all time. Um, we're actually going to get into a list that we got from. Where's this list from?
Soul Collector.
We got a list from Soul Collector, and
And it's a recent list.
it's a, what's the year?
I
You know
think
the year.
20. It's either 2017 or 2019.
Okay, that's good. Then. So if you got some Kobe's that you want to put in the chat as far as what model, what colorway that we say, go ahead and put it in the chat because it's Kobe Day, Mamba
Yeah.
Day.
Like I said, Black, put the link in the chat, man, if y'all want to come through. And, you know, I kind of wanted to ask Caddy what his most memorable Kobe moment was, but he had to jump off real quick.
What was
But
yours?
I think I can't. It might. I think it was. I can't remember if it was the first or the second championship, but I think it was the conference finals when Kobe drove through the lane in the middle and he he threw the lob up to Shaq and Shaq caught it. You know, Shaq running down the court like he had caught
Yeah,
Jim Duggan. You know what I'm saying?
that
So
was the conference finals against the Portland
the
Trailblazers.
Trailblazers, yeah.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Trailblazers, the Trailblazers was like the Trailblazers to them was like the Knicks was to the Bulls. No offense, Black, but they just couldn't get by, man.
Hey man, we had a good defensive team back in the '90s, man.
Yeah.
We just couldn't get over that hump. I know a memorable one for me was Kobe caught the ball on I think was the left, like the left elbow, and when he came in with that one-handed tomahawk, and he just sat on the White House. I remember that one, man.
I remember when he dunked on Ben Wallace like that too.
Woo,
He came down the lane and yeah.
woo. Mm. Shout out to Jay versus Juice pulling up in the chat, man. And like I said, this is our tribute to Kobe Bean Bryant. We had a topic. If you follow our Instagram page, you've seen our stories. We was putting up a lot of trainers, and we was going to talk about cross trainers. But this here trumps anything that we was going to talk about today. So it was only right for us to do this right here. So we're going to go ahead and get into this list. Pull that list up right quick.
You didn't want to do his history real quick?
I have to go back and get it because I had to.
Okay. Well, we'll do this.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
We can do this.
So this is ranking every Kobe Bryant signature sneaker, and this was August 24th. So this is a pretty recent list. We just said, man, let's find a list for Kobe and just talk about his shoes. Me personally, I've never owned a pair of Kobe's. I used to work in the shoe store, and I would try them on. They just didn't fit my feet right. And he had a lot of low tops.
Yes.
I think one of the highest high tops that I remember looked like a boxing shoe, but I don't know the number. So don't ask.
The Kobe 9 and the Kobe 10 was like that.
Okay. So, if y'all ready, yeah, we're gonna shoot through this list real quick. And like I said, I'm not gonna be debating on what I think should be on there and what I think shouldn't be on there because I never wore his shoes.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think probably the most, well, when we get to the list, I'll tell you my most memorable Kobe Bryant shoe.
BX today is different, bro. Just it don't even feel right. No matter the weather, whether it's sunny where you at, whether it's snowing, whether it's raining, cloudy, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't.
All right. So, um, like I said, Soul Collector gets the credit for this list. And let's see something real quick. All right, there we go. It's saying that Kobe's career was defined by two distinct eras. First 10 seasons, he wore number 8, and then the next 10, he wore number 24. In 2016, he retired from the NBA, and they declared August 24th, 8/24, Kobe Bryant Day. That's dope.
Can you imagine what's gonna happen this year for that day?
Oh, man.
Bro, they better pull out the red carpet for him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get to this list too, I'd like to say this, and I don't know if nobody been paying attention to this, but you got a lot of people out there on StockX and Go jacking up the prices on these Kobe's, living off this man's fame, and that's just fucked up.
Honestly, I think StockX need to suspend all Kobe sales
Exactly.
from you know what I'm saying, at least for a little while. But yeah, that's anytime something like this happens or something happens, somebody's always trying to make a buck off some of it. You know what I mean? Off something.
I told my wife in there early when I was showing her like some prices. Like I think it was it was the Kobe Pro 1, but it was like a limited one. Uh, it was selling. It started at 200, but it ended up at 45. I'm like, how the hell you gonna just jack it from $200 to $4,500 just like that? That's crazy.
Yeah,
and I said, it's like we love you when you're here, but we appreciate you when you're gone. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, people are always trying to make a buck, man.
Man ain't even. I'm talking about the man ain't even in the dirt. And y'all, well, I ain't gonna say y'all, Chad. I'm just saying these sellers out here trying to jack these prices up on. That's not right, man. That's not right at all. But go ahead with the list. I'm sorry, I just had to get that out. Man.
Oh no, you good, bro. So number 22, and this was probably my most memorable shoe. I remember when this shoe came out.
Facts.
This shoe reminded me of a futuristic car.
They had 3 colorways of that, right? I want to say they had 3. They had this one, they had a black one, and they had a white
and yellow.
With
yeah. So,
excuse me.
This shoe right here, man, it was like, okay, Kobe.
You know what? A lot of people hated that shoe because they thought it was a moon boot, and I'm like, bro, I liked it because the design was supposed to be off a. You remember the Audi TT?
No.
It's kind of it's like the Mazda Miata. That's what it kind of looks like.
Oh,
it's just a small convertible, and they tried to put the cues of that car into that shoe, but it didn't work for most people. But I like it because it's different, and I like different stuff, man. So
yeah, I would say I think only the true hardcore Kobe fans came and got this shoe because I don't think we may have sold like. I remember working in the shoe store when these came out. They had like a little spiff, so like if you sold it, you got like an extra $5 on your check, and that's I think that's how they thought the shoe was gonna sell. They was like, well, we really probably don't have to pay anybody any money,
right?
Yeah, that shoe sat for a while, so that was probably my most memorable Kobe shoe. Just for that look. And it almost was looking like a foam posit type material.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. You know what? I never had one in hand, so I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I held one. It was pretty stiff. It was pretty stiff. So number 21 is the Nike Kobe AD. Any thoughts on this one?
I think I remember that one when I think that was after he retired, like the first shoe after he retired, I believe. Because they went all the way up to, was it the Kobe? I think the Kobe 11 was the last one he played in. I don't quote me on that, but I think so. And
Yeah,
then that's when they
I'm not
started
looking
doing
at it myself.
the AD. I still don't know what the AD stands for. If anybody in the chat know what the
I
AD
know what
stands,
I know what it means because I read it.
what it stands for,
And this is going to be messed up. It's going to be messed up. I'm telling you right now.
man,
Um,
no, it ain't what I think it is now, is it?
well, you got BC and you got AD
Before Christ.
after death.
Mm.
So I guess this may have been like after he retired. So
Yeah, it had to be.
that's probably why they were saying the AD, the Nike Kobe AD.
Wow, they shouldn't have did that.
You never know, bro.
Nah, they shouldn't have did that.
You never know. So yeah, I read that when I was looking at some of these lists, and I was like, wow, how crazy is that they put that AD on some of his shoes? Because if you look, number 20 is a Nike Kobe AD NXT. Um, Not sure how this shoe handles on the basketball court, but it does. It's got almost the same sole almost as the 12. But just not sure how that lacing system holds up.
I've seen
Reminds me of
people.
Arachi.
I've seen actually people. I want to say this is the shoe, but I know he had one shoe where he had a shroud on it, and people were cutting it off, and they were seeing the underlays of it, and it was like a multicolor. It was dope how they did it though, but they had to take the shroud off. I don't know if it was this one or another one.
Yeah, on the bottom it says while the concept was quickly abandoned, it was impressively effective for one and done technology.
Oh, the lacing system.
Um,
Oh,
I guess just the whole, um, just the design of the shoe.
right. BX said my wife is hurt, like he's a family member. She's in shock and disbelief. Um,
I believe it.
that's hey, that's the I think that's how everybody's feeling today, man. And um, all I can say, BX man, is just be there for your wife, give her a hug, man. Just tell her you love her, bro. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've done that, but that's probably the best advice I can give. Like I said, I wasn't trying to be insensitive when I made the statement earlier about this one here to me hitting harder than when Nipsey died uh, last year, and that's not me trying to be insensitive to both situations. It's just for some reason I feel this one a little hard. It hits me a little harder than that Nipsey did. So I think because it had children involved, and that's one thing I just it just hits me hard because if you got kids and if you just have like step kids or you got nieces and nephews that you treat like your kids or you got kids you mentor, stuff like that hits, man, and it's just hard, bro. It's really hard.
So we're gonna go to 19, the Adidas Kobe 8-3.
I never seen that shoe.
I haven't either.
I never knew he had that shoe with Adidas.
I haven't either. So excuse me. Um, Let me see. See, the Kobe 8 was the final Adidas Kobe sneaker to release under the Kobe 8 banner before the brand moved on into the infamous Kobe line. So this was probably before the that the Escalade that he had, the first shoe that we started out with. Um,
Yeah, because
I know you remember the feet that you wear because if you look on the sole,
yeah, that's what it is.
yeah,
I never had one on though, so I don't know
me
how.
either. Me either. It says relevance is currently at an all-time high, thanks to his tooling being borrowed from Kanye West for his Yeezy 500 model. I didn't know that.
Yep.
All right, Adidas Kobe 1.
I actually thought this shoe was dope, man. Just
It looks better than the first one.
yeah, I mean it does. I mean, yeah, it does. Um, you know what? You know what'll be funny? What if they made a Charlotte Hornets colorway in all his sneakers now? I know they got a few of them that they made, but what if they made like Adidas went back and say, you know what? Let's capitalize on this. Here we go again. Let's
Yeah.
capitalize on this right here. Let's go ahead and put the Charlotte Hornet colors on these retros that he got.
No, ain't no telling, bro. No, nothing. Don't nothing
Don't nothing
surprise
surprise
anybody.
me. Yeah.
All right, number 17 is the Nike Kobe AD NXT Fast Fit. Now this looks like the same technology that they used on the Jordan 33.
Right. That was last year. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I get that's what it says at the bottom. Uh, manual type. Yeah, yeah. They took that technology off of the Jordan and put that on there
Hmm.
for that one. Which I've never seen this shoe in person.
Me either.
I've never seen that shoe in person.
And
Uh,
he hasn't had any mid top shoes since like his earlier shoes. Like I think the two was a mid top, the three was a mid top, and then they went to the low tops at the four. So it's been a while since he actually had a mid top sneaker
yeah.
or a mid cut sneaker.
Number 16, the Nike Kobe AD. This is just the regular AD. And
I
then
think that was what like do they give you like the dates when these
no,
shoes
that's what I was
came
looking for.
out? Okay. I want to say that was like a couple years ago that they came out.
Yeah, and it looks like it's got the another lacing system down there at the bottom.
Hmm.
Something different. Something different. No frills, low top performance model in the Mamba signature line. Uh, its most notable feature was the composite fiber 2.5 band that runs across the midfoot. Okay, so that's a little band that goes across the midfoot. Number 15 is the Nike Kobe AD mid. So this is a mid top.
Hmm.
Uh, said it was not particularly exciting, but says it righted some of the performance wrongs of its predecessor by upgrading the size of its zoom bag. Also had a stronger on-court presence with multiple players receiving PE editions of the silhouettes.
What's good, OG? Appreciate you for jumping in. Be careful out there in Atlanta traffic, man.
Yeah, man, be safe, bro.
Um, that one right there. You know what? You know what's disrespectful? I say disrespectful is the way that his line goes straight to like Ross's and Marshalls for like discounted prices, and it's good for the people that want to get it just to ball in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it just kind of to me it kind of diminishes his line because I think like his line for some people starts at 4 and it ends at like either 9 or 10, maybe 9. And I think that was after he retired. And like I said, a lot of his stuff just goes straight to it either goes on the sales racks or it goes straight to these I call them secondhand stores, which is your Ross, your Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington, stuff like that. So
mm-hmm.
um I mean they very complimentary, man. Uh I got a pair here. I had two pair, but I gave one to my son because he wanted to play basketball. So I just see there it is again. We playing basketball. So you know,
Right.
but I gave him one and I kept the other one. So
All right, number 14 is the Nike Kobe 10. I
and
remember
Biggs
this too.
was just
I
talking
remember
about
this
the
too.
tens.
What you think about this shoe?
um, they had a Grinch colorway, which is
Uh,
that loud neon and like a dark green with like the neon orange laces, I believe.
mm-hmm.
Dope, dope, dope. I wish I could have got that shoe because that would probably be the closest thing to the actual Kobe Grinch 6 that I would get. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, That colorway was dope, bro. I
Yeah,
heard, I heard all his shoes are very comfortable to play in, and they court ready. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They court ready, so you can't go wrong with a Kobe when you're playing ball, bro.
Number 13 was the Adidas Kobe 8 2. I remember this one.
Me too.
I remember this one. Never tried it on. Um, Says this one remains one of the best from Bryant's three strike days. It was renamed the Crazy 2 for its 2014 retro release because, of course, they couldn't use Kobe's name no more.
Right.
Number 12 is the Kobe 11. I
Let's
kind of
see.
like this shoe right here.
And see, that's the one that I got. Well, I don't have that colorway. Let me show mine right quick, then I'll put the screen back on. This is the one I got. Very comfortable shoe. One thing I do like about it is, all right, you got the whole tongue from here up.
Oh,
That's
yeah, that's
3M.
what they call it? The three.
Yeah, these are the 3Ds. What
Yeah,
they did was they stole the 3D from the 6, which is the 6 is more sought after than this one. But I still like this one because it's an eye catcher. Quick story. Last time I wore this was I went to New Orleans for Cowboys and Saints game, and it's like every 5 to 6 people. Man, those are crazy what you got on your feet, bro. Those are dope. Those are dope. And one good thing I do like about it, the whole insole comes out, and it's actually the midsole. If I can get it out of here. Look how thick that is.
yeah, I remember that. I remember
And
that because at my shoe store, we used to try to have to sell them insoles as add-ons. You couldn't sell one with them.
and see, the thing is, you had this, which is like the Lunar Lawn, and then you had the one I think, which was had the zoom in it, and this one here just a Lunar Lawn by itself, but it's still comfortable. And this shoe you can see dead through, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
You can see dead through this shoe. But that's my only Kobe. My other one that my son got is the Kobe 9. I want to say it's the Inspiration. I want to say that's the name of it. But that's the one that I got. So let me pull it back to the other screen.
All right. So the next one on the list is the Nike Kobe 8. I can't remember. I think this is the one that I made. Or no, I think it's another one. I was thinking about maybe the Grinch on this one, but it's a different one. Just another low top. Said it brought engineered mesh into the basketball space while continuing the interchangeable system approach to Kobe footwear that debuted in its previous model.
I think the best one of those was the Kobe 8s.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was the dopest color that they had, and I heard that this is probably one of the best Kobe's that you can buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's what they say, but
yeah. Nike Kobe Zoom 3. I don't know about this one, bro.
I wasn't a fan
I
of that
vaguely
one.
remember it. Yeah, I vaguely remember it, but I really wasn't a fan of it either.
I want to say that was his first championship in 2008 when they beat Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
And they modeled that shoe after the nets that they cut down, I guess. I just didn't like the shoe, bro. Not at all.
Yeah, it said that it's supposed to be like a glove-like fit on the upper that acted like a second skin on your feet.
Right.
It was also built on the natural motion principles found in the Nike Kobe 2. Number 9 is the Kobe AD NXT 360. This one was kind of dope too. I remember when this one came out.
Is that an iridescent Nike swoosh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, most of his shoes was like a low top anyway, and I think that's what he preferred. I think it's just, the players today want that lighter shoe. makes a
Mm-hmm.
move quicker, kind of maneuver quicker. But back in the late '80s, early '90s, it was all about having that ankle support. So they needed the high tops. And the game today is not like that anymore. It's all about playing the perimeter. So a lot of these NBA players, college players, high school players, they want the low tops or anything. They don't want anything high top. Put it like that.
Yeah, they're doing like hybrid sneakers because
Yeah.
a lot of these players are faster and everything. Like um, they're a lot faster. And like I said, you got big men shooting threes, outrunning people down the court and stuff. So yeah, they want a real functioning shoe that is going to increase their speed.
Hmm.
Number 8 is the Nike Zoom Kobe 2. This kind of reminds me of a LeBron.
It actually looks like the LeBron 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the LeBron 2 and the LeBron 5 put together, and they made this Kobe. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
If Cat is still in the chat, just say your comment, Caddy.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it looks like a LeBron 2 and a LeBron 5. Because the 6 had the strap right above the toe cap or the
Yeah.
toe box. So yeah.
Number 7, this is the one I was thinking about, the Nike Kobe 9 Elite.
In
This
my
is like
opinion,
a shoe you would put on in the boxing ring.
the best one.
Really?
And to me, and like I say, my opinion, because I had that shoe, lightweight, comfortable. Uh, it even protects your Achilles because that's the reason why they made that shoe. Because if you look on the back of it, it has like the notches uh,
Mm-hmm.
right there by his Achilles. It has the notches right there. So, and the best colorway to me was that gumbo pack that came out for the All-Star game. That to me, that's the best one, the best colorway of that model right there.
Yeah, it's definitely a super high top shoe. You know what I'm
Very.
saying?
Oh yeah,
And
it's
they
very very high top.
and they said this was the first silhouette from the category to use Flyknit.
Oh, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you said from this silhouette. You said this silhouette or what?
Yeah, well, it says Kobe 9 marked a new era for basketball, Nike basketball, as the first silhouette from the category, I guess from the basketball category to use Flyknit.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe innovated things.
It seemed like he had a lot of shoes that was trying to be, innovative.
Hmm.
Nike Kobe 7 system is number 6. This almost looks like a South Beach colorway almost.
Do
Had the
you
5-line midsole and the heel zoom and a low cut power stretch cuff for a sock like fit.
Now, I heard a lot of people say that this shoe was very uncomfortable because it's so flat. It doesn't have an arch. It had that. I think it had a carbon fiber plate. It had no. It was just a flat carbon fiber plate. That's probably why it was so uncomfortable. Um, Colorway in this one that I liked the best was the Christmas colorway that came out because it actually had like a ankle sock that came with it that you strap on.
Yeah.
And I think that was the best colorway in that model.
Number 5 is the Nike Zoom Kobe 1. This shoe was kind of heavy.
Yes, it was very. Nah, okay. So what happens with the Protro one? Is that on this list too? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's the same model.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
I,
same
I
model.
mean, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, it's the same model. And they said it didn't introduce any revolutionary new technology. It didn't drop any heavily hyped colorways. And they said it didn't even sell particularly well. Hit
It
the
was too
outlets for deep
too
discount.
bulky, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard it was a
But
good ball shoe, but it was just too bulky.
well, they said the thing about this shoe is that he dropped 81 points in a single game in this shoe.
I
So
remember that game too on
yeah.
Jalen Rose.
All right. Number 4 is the Adidas Kobe 8.
Q the Queen said that was her favorite
Yeah,
Kobe.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I never tried the shoe on, but it looks like it's pretty comfortable. It
Yeah, I
looks like
mean,
it's pretty.
I guess it's something with that feet you wear technology, and it must be comfortable. But I never tried one on, so maybe
Right.
maybe it's time for me to try one on.
All right, number 3 is the Nike Zoom Kobe 5.
That Bruce Lee colorway.
I'm gonna say Bruce Lee.
Yeah, man, that Bruce Lee colorway. Now I want to say it was it this one? They had a no. I'm sorry. That was the Kobe 11. They had a draft day colorway, which was the Charlotte Hornets, because I think it had 96 on it somewhere. I can't remember, but I remember the colorway was mostly gray, and then it had like the touches of teal and purple in it. I thought it was this one. I thought they actually did a draft day colorway for this shoe, but I mean, thinking about it now, it is that Kobe 11.
Yeah. All right, number 2 is the Nike Zoom Kobe 6. Now this is the one I was thinking about, the Grinch model. That's probably my favorite colorway. It's,
That's it. That's it.
yeah, the Grinch model, because
Yeah,
it looked like had the reptile scales almost.
right.
I remember that Grinch model coming out for Christmas.
You know what? The Christmas shoes ain't like it used to be, bro. Especially with Nike basketball, because everybody used to get hyped up for when Christmas shoes started, like for I guess Nike basketball at its highest. Was
Oh
it,
man,
was it like
that's hard to say.
2011?
I'm not sure. I remember mainly pushing LeBron and Kobe for Christmas because they would always play on Christmas Day.
Yeah. So you'll figure what, like 2007, 2008, somewhere from there in?
Probably.
So you went we'll just say from 2008 till what, 2000, what,
Mm,
14? Just say 14?
well, I've been out of retail for like since 2012, so that's as far as I can really remember as far as like the Christmas shoes, because I really wasn't paying really any attention to them after that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
Because it's like my store would get some of the Christmas shoes, but not all of them. Like I don't
Right.
think we got that Grinch shoe. That one was kind of limited.
Yeah, that was, man. It's like nobody gets hyped over Nike basketball Christmas releases anymore because I think it was, what was that shoe? The LeBron 11. It had like that mint green colorway, and it had like red accents on it. It almost looked like a mint peppermint, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I
It's like
think
a greenish mint
yeah,
type.
it's like a light greenish mint. If I
Yeah.
think from that point on, that's when the Nike basketball started going down. And then when KD changed teams, that kind of like took it away too. And then when Kobe left, again, you going down as far as Nike basketball. So I think they need to come up with some innovative ways to bring Nike basketball back to where it was as far as on Christmas releases.
Yeah. Yeah. Switch some stuff up. So number 1 is the Kobe Zoom 4, the Nike Zoom Kobe 4. And he said himself that this is the fourth signature sneaker. His fourth signature sneaker was the boldest move that he and Nike have ever done together. The gamble to drop the top. So I guess this is when he started wearing like mid tops, low tops.
Yeah.
As it changed the industry when it was introduced in 2008 by dismissing the myth that wearing low top hoop shoes would get you injured. Okay. If it weren't for the success of the 4, we may not have seen signature athletes in basketball like Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Paul George adopting minimal profiles.
Hmm.
So I
I
guess,
mean,
like I was saying, it probably made him a little more faster on the court, made him more of that hybrid player. You know what I'm saying? Probably a little more lightweight and all that good stuff.
right.
So that's pretty much the list right there.
All right, let's get up off that screen. Well, like I said, that Kobe, like the first time I seen that Kobe 6 Grinch in person was SneakerCon Atlanta 2015. I took the kids up there, and I was standing in line, and this guy had like these boxes. He had a couple of boxes up on his arm, and he had like this. I guess you would call it like this little. Uh, what is it that you call it? Where you put your shoes on it and you strap it around, and it's got the two little wheels on it. He had it on that.
Alex,
Yeah, yeah, and he had the Kobe 6 Grinch on top. I guess kind of like trying to bring the crowd in while we stand in the line. And it's like I saw that shoe, I was like, I know that's not my size, but can I hold it?
mm-hmm.
It was a size 13. And bro, when I said, man, that's like that's to me that's one of the dopest Kobe's ever. Besides that gumbo, because I love the gumbo, but that Kobe 8, I mean that Kobe 6 Grinch, man, it's crazy, bro. Just that color. I think they went bold with that color. They tried
Yeah.
something and it hit. And it hit.
I see where Q said her understanding is that he wanted his shoes to mirror soccer shoes. And that's kind of like what they look like now that you say that, Q. I said for lightweight stability and fast paced performance.
He was he was a real big soccer fan. That's where that Mamba Curio come from.
Mm.
He's a real big soccer fan, so he would incorporate. I think it was that Mamba Curio shoe. What was that number? Shit. It was a number. He had an 8. I don't know if he had a 9. He had an 11, I believe, and it had like big Nike on the medial side or the inside of your foot. He had the big Nike toward the back of your ankle, coming back toward the front of the shoe, and it was 3M, and the shoe was mostly like a magenta pink to a loud pink. And he took that same shoe which Nike made a Macario shoe, but he called it Mamba Cario. I thought that was dope. Those shoes went on sale too. For some reason, people didn't like it. But hey, like the stroll says down below, long live Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bean Bryant. You know what I'm saying? So, um, any thoughts?
No, man. Like I said, it's just kind of hard to digest, man, that he ain't here no more.
Facts.
It's just
If anybody want to come in, man, from the chat, man, just give your thoughts, man. You can. We'll post the link below right quick. If you want to come in, just give your thoughts right quick. You can. We'll give you a couple of minutes if you want to come on in and share your thoughts on it. Like I said, I feel for everybody on there, but to the kids to me is what hits me, because I'm a father and I hate for anything. You know how when your kids go out of the door, and especially mine, like when they go out, they all grown except my youngest, and I'll be like, this is my favorite saying when it comes to them. Hey, y'all be careful and I love you. I always say that, because the streets, man, they'll suck you up and spit you back out with no regards.
that's true.
What's going on?
In the building. Good evening. Good evening.
Hey.
How you doing, Queen? How you doing?
Coming through. Appreciate you coming through.
Man, today's been a whirlwind. I was before I even knew what was going on. People were sending me like DMs on IG. I'm walking in the gym. I'm getting ready to get my gains or whatever. And the fact that it was a TMZ post is when it started out. And I'm like, well, TMZ typically does not post like a fully falsified story. Like they typically give you a real story. But the thing was, I didn't see anything on ESPN, CNN, nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, we'll just wait. Being that it was a helicopter crash and knowing that Kobe travels locally all the time in a helicopter, I'm like, this is probably real. Like this is probably a real thing. So I guess once it started circulating, I'm like, man, this is crazy. But just hearing about his baby girl, and she was in the plane with, or in the copter with him or whatever, and that changed the game for me because I'm like, Kobe, first off, he just started becoming like way more visible, and I think it had a lot to do with her interest in the game and him wanting to kind of bring her up into it and protect her while she's coming up and starting to build her brand in the game. And man, wow, for both of them to go together, that's something. Like that's a different level right there.
Yeah,
To lose him in a routine way of travel, that's one thing. He's a great, we'll always miss him, all that good stuff. But the baby,
Yeah, that's my thing.
you know,
yeah. You just see all those pictures on social media of them together at games. I think the one that stands out to me the most is a video where he's got her on the sideline. He's explaining to her, like, you know what I mean. He's like telling her about the game and what she should be doing in this situation and that, and that right there just kind of that hit hard for me.
Hmm.
yeah, that's crazy. I know they had a 6-month-old daughter as well. Yeah, 4 daughters, right? Four
Yeah,
daughters.
yeah,
Daughters.
You got a baby,
baby.
baby sitting there, waiting for him to come back home.
And like I
Yeah,
said, it's just kind of hard because first of all, the guy was 41 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That is so young at this day and age.
Yeah.
And like you said, just routine travel and
Yeah.
the way something is not right
Right.
with the whole situation.
And that's why I was asking, like, I wonder what went wrong because this is the way that he travels. This is how he travels throughout LA. Like he doesn't even deal with the traffic of LA. The helicopter is his travel, his transportation going throughout that place. So I mean, I'm waiting for whatever happened. Like I'm waiting to hear that because it just
yeah,
seems a little too like it's like super random, you know.
And, and
Um,
what got me was, okay, I'm sitting here trying to see if I can get a credible source that tells me, okay, this is real. So when I saw that Wojciechowski said this is real,
mhm.
that's when it started like, oh man, no, this can't be happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I it's like I don't think he's this just to my this to just to my knowledge and my opinion. I don't think he's ever put out anything false when it comes to these players because he covers the NBA.
right.
You have your different, field reporters that cover different sports. And anything he puts out for the NBA to me is like it sticks. If a
Hmm.
trade happens, guess what? That trade gonna happen. And
Right.
when I saw him on ESPN's IG page, that did it for me too. That's when it started.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gee.
Got OG in the building.
Hey, what's
what
going
up,
on?
OG?
I just wanted to jump on here quickly to bring one other perspective that actually coming up the road because I want to say we were someplace in North Carolina and Caddy called me today. And the only thing I could say was wow when he shared that news with me. But um, absolutely, as a father with daughters, once I heard the news about that it may have been, and now to the extent that we know it is confirmed that his oldest daughter was with him. The other thing that I thought about that I had not heard many people mention is his parents and to a lesser extent his siblings. But fortunately or unfortunately, as a vocalist, I've had an opportunity to be asked by families to come and share a song or something. And probably the most difficult services I've ever been a part of have been when a parent has to bury their child.
Facts.
That's just, that's the whole world upside down. That's never, I talk to, as an older parent, I talk to my daughters all the time about, I may not necessarily be around, and I need to get into you, whatever I can get into you, you know, now while I know I'm here and I can, So sometimes you might feel like you're on overload, but I don't know, when I'm gonna have an opportunity to share these messages with you. But I cannot even wrap my mind around outliving my child. And I think about his father, who was the person that brought him into basketball from the standpoint is just a son trying to be like his daddy.
Hmm.
Um, and I did hear one commentator mention that their relationship may have been estranged. Um,
Yeah,
and
that's.
I don't know that if it has been healed or not. But
Mhm.
if it hasn't, bruh, I that
That'll be a hard pill to swallow right there.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's a hard one right there because that's one thing that I don't want to do. As far as, like you said, you want to put all the knowledge while you here to your seeds,
Mhm.
so they can have that life that you want them to have. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to learn things the hard way. My daddy told me this, so you know what I'm saying. He told me this will happen, so I need to do it like this. You
Mhm.
know, and like I said, I got two of my own, and then got two through my wife, and I still call them my kids. And if one of them goes out the house just to go to work or just to leave the house, hey, I love you. Be careful. That's always my saying when they leave the house.
Mhm.
And as parents, we sit here and we worry about them, especially if we haven't heard from them in over some time. Hey, where you at? Where you at? I'm calling you. I'm texting you. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I need to know where you at. I'm not bugging you. I'm not trying to figure out where you at to tell you. No, I just need to know you're okay. That's it. That's just being a parent. You know what I'm saying? So, oh boy.
Yeah, that was a long-standing story about him being at odds with his parents. I don't know the exact details, but the story was something about his memorabilia, about them trying to get rid of some stuff, and he was against it, and just a bunch of speculation. But all in all, it just had mostly to do with him just being at odds with his parents, and when things like that happen, nobody's ever thinking like, oh, we're gonna lose one or the other, you know,
right.
this year,
Right.
next year, 10 years from now. Nobody's ever thinking about the possibility of that, um,
Yeah.
when you're going through what you're going through as a family. So it is very sad for them, I'm sure. But yeah, that's been a story for some time with him not really having the best relationship with his parents. So
Mhm.
Which,
mhm,
Yeah, like OG was saying, no parent should have to bury their child.
mhm,
It should be the other way around.
yeah.
But it's just one of them things, man. It's like, all tributes and everything that's
mhm.
going out. It's it's just a sad day, man. Just a sad day, man. I
Yeah.
ain't
And I
even
don't
feel
want
like doing nothing, man. I just been at the house, just sitting around.
Yeah. I've been
I don't
shooting up
want
them miles
people
on the highway though.
I don't want
That's
people
Yeah,
thinking just because we did this that we trying to like gain some type of, what I'm saying, off this. It's nothing like that.
no.
This is just being genuine. Like I said, man, I teared up like almost three times. Just when I saw Trey Young, hug his mama before the game, and then he stepped out on the court with a Kobe 8 jersey, and Hawks uniform, of course. And they sat there and took that 8-second violation. And then the Washington Wizards came back and took the 24-second shot clock violation. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah,
they didn't have to do that shit, bro. For real. They didn't.
No, Black.
This
I
hits
was.
hard around the whole, not just the whole league, it hits around the whole world.
yeah.
I
I,
was just gonna say. I applaud you and how for um, giving people the opportunity. This is part of process. It's a day of reflection. It's a day of you know looking at that person in the mirror. What things that can you do differently or do better Um, you know, again, like Caddy said earlier, not, stepping on anybody's toes in terms of what you believe in, but I can only speak out of my truth. You know, there but for the grace of God go I.
Hmm.
And you don't, as Hop said and others have said, nobody knows the day or the hour. And take the moment to
Yeah.
reflect. But I was actually wanting to say, that I commend you all for, uh, moving forward, but speaking, this show out of your heart,
Hmm.
and taking a moment, because, we as people who, whatever you want to craft yourself as or call yourself in terms of your love for this leather and glue, even if you weren't a basketball fan but you love kicks. I heard so many different people on the different shows we were trying to catch coming down the road saying they didn't even follow basketball, but they knew
Right.
Kobe, they knew of him, and they were impacted by this loss. Um,
Yeah. If you got a heart, man, it should. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
you got a heart, you should feel this.
And doing it the right
Good.
way too. I think doing it in a genuine way and not trying to, get views.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nothing more
It's
need
not
to be
a.
said.
It's
For
not.
lack
It's
of
not even
better
about
words.
that.
For lack of better words.
yeah,
Yeah, because well, I'm gonna keep that. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna speak on that. But
yeah.
Yeah.
me personally, I think they should retire 8 and 24 throughout the whole league.
I
Hmm.
agree with that. I agree with that.
I think that should be retired throughout the whole league.
Just
Hmm.
like they did Jackie Robinson for
Yeah.
baseball.
Hmm.
I think they should do that for Kobe, man. It's only right,
That's
you
fair.
know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop off, fellas. I just wanted to jump on and share that. I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to do that, and I do have a pair.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's that wine pack, ain't it?
yeah, it's from the wine pack. Exactly.
Hmm.
It's a cork outer. It's a really weird shoe, but just like I think I heard you say, Black, earlier, I liked it because it was different.
Yeah. And I appreciate you giving us those words, man. Like I
Yeah,
said,
appreciate you, OG. I know, I
Uh,
know, I know it hit home for you, bro, because I know you got daughters.
oh
So
yeah, I mean, when I actually copied. They had a picture that they were showing around. It's probably the one you all were talking about earlier. One from the game where he's sitting on the sideline. He has a Scully on, and you could tell that they're in some conversation. Either she was pointing something out and asking him a question or something as they were sitting watching the game. And I mean, I literally, however many miles it is from, I can't tell you the number, from my front door to Mercedes Benz Stadium in Atlanta. But we did that turnaround, from Thursday to Sunday, just to see my oldest daughter for 15 minutes.
hmm
Um,
sometimes you gotta
so
do what you gotta do, bro.
yeah, no, no, and I do it all over again. I have no regret from doing that. But just reflecting on all of that, man. It's just, yeah, it hits you in a certain place,
But
for sure.
you'll have lasting memories of that. Just because it was 15 minutes, you'll have lasting memories of that.
Oh, absolutely,
Facts.
yes.
You
And
know
I,
what I'm
I
saying?
and I have the blue hair picture from the jumbotron to prove it. So,
That's awesome.
but I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all, everybody out there, like the fellas said, grab somebody that you love them, squeeze them tight tonight, kiss them, and give them an extra. I love you, appreciate it. I love each and every one of you all. And if you know me, you know that's straight from right here, no matter what. All right, y'all be easy.
Appreciate you,
All right,
bro.
man. You too, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Shout your stuff out before you leave, OG.
Too late.
He gone. But
But that was OG Sneakers. If y'all don't follow him on IG and YouTube under OG Sneakers with a Z. Uh,
And one
good
third
brother.
of retro. I mean, not 1/3 of talking kicks. 1/3 of talking kicks.
but
yeah, I mean, I head out as well. I just wanted to, lastly say, it's important that, and I posted this on my Facebook not too long ago today. It's important that the message be to us all, not only to love up on our family, but If there's anything that we're looking to accomplish in this life, we gotta hop to it because it's never a right time. It's never a right time. I don't have daughters, sons, no children, but I am somebody's daughter, and I have some people to make proud.
Well, we definitely love you, Q.
Yes,
We
we do
appreciate
love
you hopping on. We
you.
appreciate you hopping on. And be
Uh,
strong, baby. Be
yes,
strong,
sir.
baby.
Yes, sir. Be strong, baby girl. Be strong.
I think, man, that's a good way to end it tonight, bro.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Cause I've been trying to hold it, man. It's just hard, bro. It is hard. We appreciate everybody for pulling up. This is not a normal show, but this is the show that's just going to be different from all others. It's a tribute show. It's to uh, the GOAT in some eyes, the greatest Laker in some eyes, the greatest player in some eyes, Mr. Kobe Bryant. Uh, Unfortunately, died at the age of 41 with his oldest daughter, Gigi, 13 years old. Um, we appreciate everybody for pulling up. We got one more in the chat. I mean, one more pulling up right quick. So let's
Who we
jump
got in the
on.
building?
We got Mr. Flashy Flash in the
That's
building.
right.
It's good, man.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? What's going on, man?
Nothing, man.
Chilling,
Nothing,
chilling, man.
man.
Appreciate you coming through, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. In
Man,
the
I've been
words,
bummed out about. Man, I just been bummed out about this all day. I woke up like, for real. My dude was like, Google it. 'Cause we rely so heavy on this internet and all that communication and things, and you don't
facts.
know what to believe. Like everybody said, like TMZ. Well, who the hell believes TMZ, right? Until it's proven. And y'all's got kids. I got two of my own, a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old daughter. I've been on helicopters, airplanes, and that's always in the back of my mind. Like, man, this goes down,
Hmm.
and thank God I would be with them, but I could not imagine. I couldn't imagine going through what that family's going through right now.
Exactly. Either
I
you know
could not.
the other families that's on there too. That's just a hard pill to swallow, man.
Oh, and yeah, and I just like I posted it in the chat there, but I just hope that like the social media and you know everybody across the board just lets them grieve this loss and give them the privacy they need, to take care of themselves first, and then we can, really get into, just grieving the loss of something like this is just nationwide,
Yeah,
worldwide.
it's the magnitude of it. That's the
Mhm.
Yeah,
biggest thing. That's just
I mean,
it's like you said. Let them
it's crazy.
let them breathe. Let them get their room to grieve their self instead of putting
Yeah,
cameras and mics in their face and
right,
lights and all this
right.
and
I
that.
mean,
They don't need that, especially as baby girls, man. The fact that
oh,
they lost their dad and their older sister. That's enough right there.
it is, it
It's
is.
enough to
I
make you
mean, a
snap.
lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean that's I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine like y'all have been saying about losing family members and children. I could not imagine that, man. I just could not. I don't know how you get through it. I really don't. I really don't. But I want to thank y'all for getting me in here real quick or whatever. And it's been on the world's mind. I mean, it's a major loss across the board,
Yeah.
Oh, I
and it's so
appreciate you, man.
it's all right. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we
just so
appreciate you coming
apparent.
through, man. We
Like
appreciate the support, man. Thank you. Thank you for everything, bro.
yeah, no
Appreciate it.
doubt. I'm always here.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Appreciate you.
you.
Yes, sir. Oh man. Well, on that note, man, like I said, man, let the petty stuff go, man. We ain't got time for all that. Spread love, show love. You know, just be positive, man. Life is too short, man. Life is too short, man. Love your family, man. Love your friends. You know, and tell them how you feel. Tell
Facts.
them how you feel, man. Don't just sit there and let stuff be bottled up, man. And just take care of one another, man. Like they said, and I know this is something that a lot of people say nowadays is, give them the flowers while they can still smell them, man. Because, like I said, man, and I know I keep saying it, but we don't know the date, the time, or the hour, man. We don't know. We don't know. So on that note, man, it's your boy Hot Dog 18. We appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all for the support, man. We appreciate y'all coming through, chopping it up with us, man. Q, we appreciate you, man. Flash, we appreciate you. OG, Caddy, y'all already know what it is. And y'all be easy out there, man. Y'all be safe out there. And it's okay to, man, to shed a tear and to cry, man. Sometimes you just got to get it out, man. You just got to get it out.
Appreciate everybody for coming in. Like Hop said, Caddy, appreciate you, brother. OG, appreciate you, brother. Q the Queen, Flashy, appreciate everybody for pulling in and giving their thoughts. We didn't know how this was gonna go, but we just said let's go with it. You know what I'm saying? We doing it from the heart, not trying to, get views or fame or anything off of it. It's just us, pretty much showing how we feel about this situation, and we just sending our condolences out to the family and just the human race. Period. Everybody in this chat. I'm gonna say this. I love everybody in this chat. I'm saying this. I love everybody. Uh, I know this is a bad time to say it, but what's that old saying? Better late than never. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get on out. Love one another. Quit the beefing. Quit the bickering. Uh, Throwing shots. All that. There's no room for that. Uh, love your spouse. Love your family members. Love your friends. It doesn't hurt to say, "Hey, I love you." It really doesn't. With that being said, I'm Black Ass African. That's Hot Dog 18.
No.
This is Retro Talk Forum, and we appreciate you. We love you.
Kobe.
One time for Kobe Bean Bryant.